Hi, TEDx San Diego. Thank you for considering me. What if every one of us dedicated ourselves to becoming masterful communicators? How would the world be different? First, there would be no more wars or violence, because any conflict would be resolved through speaking and listening. There would be no more us versus them polarization, because in this world, to borrow from Stephen Covey, each of us would seek first to understand before seeking to be understood. Is this a world worth standing for? Yes. Is this a world that's actually possible? Yes. One reason I believe this to be true is because of my own journey with communication. My mother's Chinese and my father's American Jewish. When I was 12, I got teased a lot because I looked different from the other kids. I was also a shy kid and people assumed I was stupid. I ate many lunches alone. When I got to high school, I wanted to make some friends. One challenge was our social class system. A popular kid did not associate with an unpopular kid, which is what I was. Yet I had two things going for me, a good-sized house and parents who traveled a lot. So I threw epic parties, purposefully inviting people from all the social cliques. And come Monday, I saw these people having lunch together for the first time. From these parties, I made new friends and others made new friends, some of them their first romantic relationships. Lives were changed. All this taught me something. When I stopped separating myself from people and instead committed to unifying them, it brought out the best in me and in others. During my career, which has so far been leading over 500 seminars on communication across 12 years, I've noticed a similar pattern when I studied the big names who positively changed history. Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Harvey Milk. In studying these masterful communicators, I saw there was a pattern. It came down to the fact there were three levels of communication. When I've taught these three levels of communication, attendees have called it completely game-changing and mind-blowingly simple. They've used this simple framework to eliminate resentments with ex-spouses and business partners. This framework, in addition to being simple, can be applied to any context for human relating, from parents and children, to governments and their citizens, to artists and their audiences. Anybody who understands and applies these three levels of communication will become a masterful communicator. Here are the three levels. Level 1, suppress. Level 2, express. Level 3, unify. In level 1, suppress, the slogan is, if I talk about it, it will only make it worse. In level 1, suppress, we hide our true feelings and say it's okay when it really isn't. When I was 12, I thought my bullies were cruel for picking on me, but I didn't tell them because it seemed anything I said would only give them more ammunition. As adults, we may be in level 1, suppress, while talking to a boss, a spouse, or sibling, holding back our communication to, quote, not rock the boat. My favorite example for the three levels of communication is Nelson Mandela. In the 1950s South Africa, during apartheid, Mandela was initially reluctant to stand up to the white authorities who kept black citizens under terrible living and work conditions. But then he changed, which brings us to level 2. In level 2, express, there's the inspiring slogan of I am speaking my personal truth, but it's masking the actual slogan for level 2, express, which is see it my way and we'll get along. Don't see it my way and we're gonna have problems. Nelson Mandela got fed up with apartheid and met with guerrilla organizations to overthrow the government. This got him a prison life sentence. Mandela was operating in level 2, express, which when the going gets rough, carries a strict us versus them context. Or to quote Peter Finch in Network, I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore. This is where much human interaction and conflict happens. In my case, it would have been complaining that my 7th grade bullies were jerks. People do this every day with coworkers, family, neighbors, either complaining behind their back or speaking directly to, quote, give them a piece of my mind. They want to change the other person's behavior to personally suit themselves. Most people make the mistake thinking there are only two levels of communication, suppress or express. Either I hold it in and suffer, or I speak my truth, some will like it, some will dislike it, and hey, that's life. Thankfully, there's a third level of communication. Level 3 is unify. Level 3 slogan is the mission is connection. In level 3, there's a commitment to love and unity with every interaction. Love as in, I accept you exactly as you are. Unity as in, we're all in this together. While in prison, Mandela was mentored by Desmond Tutu, who introduced him to the concept of Ubuntu. A person is only a person through other persons. After he was released, Nelson Mandela was elected the first black president of South Africa and surprised millions by, when it came to the white oppressors, he emphasized forgiveness over prosecution. South Africa became nicknamed the Rainbow Nation, and its national motto became unity in diversity. Chances are you've practiced level 3 communication many times. When your 3-year-old spills orange juice, you take a breath and say, It's all good. He's still learning. When somebody votes for a candidate that you did not vote for, you could say, if I was born into the exact same circumstances and had the exact same life experiences, I probably would have voted the same way. We have many expressions for this. There, but for the grace of God go I, or namaste, the light within me honors the light within you. To be a masterful communicator, it's about spending as much time as possible in level 3 Unify. In level 3, every disagreement is an opportunity for deeper connection, every conflict an opportunity for greater collaboration. If every one of us committed to being masterful communicators, I guarantee there would be more inner and outer peace. And to paraphrase Buckminster Fuller, a world that works for everyone with no one left out. It starts with us. When I was 16, though I was terrified, I decided to throw house parties. What decision can you make right now? Thank you.